So I will give you a very nice experience that I had with one of the candidates, and this was for an IIM-B interview itself. And this guy had done well in terms of the general interview, but it was not really something that would clinch the thing. Means you always kind of keep a few of the candidates into saying that I want to see till the last candidate and then pick that person in comparison to other.
That's something that I always talk about in my sessions also. There could be three ways an interview could go finally. When you walk out of the room, the interviewers say, "Hey, boss, this guy's in. I'm taking him in. Even if I have to take only 10 people, this person I want." Then the second is one where they say, "This guy is okay, but let him compete with the other guys and let the whole process roll out. And we'll give him marks, but let's see whether he fits in with the other numbers that he's getting." And the third is, we don't want him. Let him go back. He's not ready for a B school, right?
Right. This was more of the second category in your, yeah. So then we asked him that particular question. And also the part was that we had some time. I thought we hadn't given him enough time to demonstrate himself. So he said that, "Is there any question that you would like to ask?" He looked at us and he was like, "Sir, I have a question, but it might come across as a bit of a bias from my side, but I would still want to ask that question." Yeah, please go ahead. It's fine. As long as it is not political, I am perfectly okay. I had a bit of a flash when I came in here and I saw the set of candidates. There were almost close to 100, 150 candidates who were called for interviews today. And I presume that these are the ones that were called for the half the day. But a bulk of them were men, boys. So, sir, isn't there a thing happening in the IIMs that I have been reading about, that they are trying to bring a bit of a gender balance in the admissions? And why do I still see this particular bias? I was a bit taken aback by that question, frankly. So I said that, so are you telling me that I should have called a girl instead of you for this particular interview? Said, "No, sir, I'm sure you have your criteria for making the choice, and I'm glad you made the choice. I can't tell you how proud I am to reach this particular level. But this is a question that I have been wondering about a bit, especially coming from a family with very, very ambitious sisters. I feel that I should begin to see some of these kind of a thing when I go out." So then I actually thought that he was very sincere about it and he actually wanted a discussion on this particular thing. So then I kind of tested him again in terms of some of the ratios. So do you know what is the gender admission gap in the IIMs today in terms of students? I said, "No, sir, I don't think I have come across a particular data. If it is there publicly available, then I might have missed it." I said, "That's fine. So we do have a gender gap in the institute. And can you tell me what can we really do to improve this sort of a gap?" Because when you are asked these kind of a question, you also want to kind of protect yourself into trying to not take a particular position. So you basically give the opportunity to person to elaborate and substantiate what that person has talked about. So he gave some good thoughts and good ideas about how this was, and he was associated with an organization which was working with girl child and all of that. So it came out in a very nice and a beautiful manner, and I was kind of very impressed by that particular thought and the question. And I basically changed from a fence sitter for him to saying, no, I think this guy is going to do well, not just for the institute, but for the society as well.